go with my brothers, but of course, if you're 12 years old, 13, 14 years old, the last thing in the world you want is your little 7-year-old brother tagging along. So they're going to play football, and I'm just like, I got included in that. And I went out, and it was so excited to play football. And all the kids in the neighborhood were there, and my brother Bob was playing quarterback for our team. I obviously got chosen last. Okay, they were ready to pick like a neighborhood dog on the team before they picked the 7-year-old. So I got chosen last, and we're getting in the huddle, and my brother Bob starts calling plays. He's like, okay, Tim, you're going to do a button hook, and Billy, you're going to do an out pattern, and Robbie, you're going to run a post. I'm like, what do I mean, Bob? What do I mean? What should I do? What do I mean? What am I going to play? And he looks at me and he goes, oh, Mark, go long. I'm like, okay. So we line up. He's like, hike, and I'm like, ah! And I run 100 yards, and he throws it 4. And I come back, totally winded. I'm just like, I was open. I was open. I was open. He goes, you were open? He goes, oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Go long again. I'm like, okay. Hike. I just keep running. Well, this goes on for an hour. The score is now 56-0. We were winning. I've never touched the ball. I've literally run from Illinois to Indiana and back 4 times. I get back, and ultimately, now I'm just angry because I'm 7 years old. He's taking advantage of my 7-year-old stupidity. So I go back, and I get in the huddle, and I'm all winded. I look at him. He's with his friends, and I go, you're a jerk! And I kick him. Those of you with older siblings, again, just silent, put your hand in the air. You know that's a deadly move. So in front of his friends, I kick him. And his one friend starts laughing. And I'll never forget it as long as I live. The kid's name was Ronnie Kowalski. I always remember this because he had these braces that would get food stuck in him. And when he laughed, he looked like a dog that had peanut butter in his mouth. He laughed like this, like... Never forget as long as I live. So literally, I'm there in the huddle, and I kick him. And here comes peanut butter dog mouth Ronnie. And all the other friends start laughing because the 7-year-old just punched the 12-year-old. And that's stupid. So I punch him. Ronnie starts laughing like this just lovesick hyena. Just, and he can't stop laughing. All the other kids are laughing. And my brother now, the 12-year-old's being made fun of and beaten up by a 7-year-old brother. So he looks at me, and now I turn into a human pinata. He's just... And I'm like, hey, stop it, come out! Hey, stop it, come out! Hey, I'm a human pinata. And then Ronnie really went... He was laughing. So now I'm all upset. I'm 7 years old. I'm crying. You don't want to cry in front of the neighborhood kids, so I just go running home. I'm like, ah! I go running home, and I get home to my mom, and I'm thinking my mom will show mercy, because that's what moms are supposed to do. I get home, I'm like, you're talking about Ryan, Indiana, and you know when you're crying, you're a kid, and your crying turns into like an ambulance in England? I mean, it was loud. I think I just ruptured something. So I did this, and my mom just goes, oh, what'd you do? I was like, oh, you will receive Catholic justice. You're on my list. So I went up to my bed, and I was angry, and I was hurt, and I was embarrassed, and I was crying. And then I had an idea. It was not a good idea. It was an idea nonetheless. You see, when I was a kid, there was a very popular trilogy of films out called Star Wars. And I genuinely believed that Jedi was a possible career path for me. In fact, anybody's ever seen my Facebook page, I literally put on there, my childhood dream was to be a Jedi. And I'm going to tell you, if it ever becomes real, first one signing up. I was very excited. If you read Genesis very, very closely, Genesis, after God thrusts Adam and Eve out of the garden, do you know who he stations at the east gate of Eden? An angel holding what? A revolving, fiery sword. Hello, lightsaber. Anyway. So my parents had given me a lightsaber, and you have to understand, this is a long time ago, obviously, the gray. Our lightsabers back then were really dinky and stupid. The ones they make now are awesome. They can they make noises and they flash and they glow and they expand. They're awesome. The one I had was total crap. It was a flashlight with a plastic tube on top. I was Luke Skywalker, like, okay? But I had a lightsaber. I gotta tell you something, 7 years old, you are a Jedi. So I waited for that night. Went through dinner, and I made my brother think that we were still friends. I got through dessert, and I made him believe that he was not in danger. He and I shared a room. I went to the room that night, lights were off. The door was shut. And it was time for some Jedi justice. So I approached the devil's bed. Bob. So I came up to the bed. He was asleep. He was 7. I was like, shoo. And I climbed up on top of the bed. And as any good warrior, I sparked my weapon. And then I kicked one leg over so that my victim was now beneath me. And I'd like to say that I thought about it. I'd like to say that I didn't want to strike him. That would be a lie. And then with everything I had, my little 7-year-old frame, my little fists of fury just came unhinged. You're not my father! And I destroyed him. Destroyed the evil one. See some teen going home beating the crap out of your brother, be like, I heard about it at NCYC. The Catholic Bible guy said I should beat up my brother. So as I hit him, what felt like 30 minutes, it was actually 30 seconds. And he wakes up with this huge lightsaber-shaped welt on his forehead. And he grabs my weapon, and he thrusts it against the wall, and D-batteries fly everywhere. And I thought, his hand was not severed. And then I thought, I am going to die. So I jumped off the bed, and I ran for my life. But it was late at night, and our parents were in the next room, and the door was shut. So the only place you can run for your life is inside of your room. So I jumped down and began to run in circles. My idiot brother, at 12 years old, jumped on the ground and ran in circles behind me. This is just a bad cartoon now. Running, all you had to do was just stop. Turn around. So we run in circles, run in circles, run in circles. And just as his hand gets to the back of my Star Wars pajamas, just as his hand gets there, it was Star Wars everything. The pillowcase, the sheets. Chewbacca was in the corner. I mean, it was like everything. So literally grabs the back of my pajamas. And just as he's about to unleash the fury of God in a scene that's reminiscent of the Old Testament, I saw the angel of death. And it looked just like my father. In this hulking silhouette in the doorway. And I looked up, and both of us, mortal enemies, now became allies. You know that part when you're doing something that the parent walks in, all of a sudden you're like, oh, he's my brother, I love him. My dad was having none of it. And my dad, in this hulking silhouette, comes through the door. It looks just like Exodus chapter 12. What's that? The Passover, the angel of death. Go read it. And he comes in. And as he starts to extend a hand toward my head to unleash a furious justice, I had another vision of my guardian angel. And she looked just like my mother. This is the part where you're a child and you're like, thank God for mothers. I looked out and she looked at my dad and she said, Mike, no, think of the children. My brother and I locked eyes. We just reached for the sky, pointed down in a gentle motion, yes. And then I saw something happen to my mom that I'd never seen happen before. She turned into the devil. The horns literally came out of her skull. Her voice changed. She spoke in sentence fragments. Her fingernail, like her 2 feet, she got the edge of my ear. You know, your mom gets your ear? It really hurt. Got my ear. She got his ear, and she goes, you boys will come downstairs into my lair. Before you know it, we're going downstairs now. She thrusts us onto the couch. She goes to the family bookcase, reaches for the Bible that we never touched because we were Catholic. She reached up onto the shelf. She grabbed a Bible. I think it was written in Hebrew. I'm not even sure. Hardcover Bible. Blows the dust off. Walks over to my brother. Hands him the football like a Heisman trophy. Boom! Right into his stomach. And she goes, you will read that Bible now. And I was like, you gotta read the Bible, dude. And then she goes over and gets the kid's picture Bible. And she comes over and she goes, and you. And she, and I take the Bible. And the first time I ever read scripture was a form of punishment because of my Jedi justice. But I'm not kidding you, and this is how funny played Bible bingo that time for the first time ever. I was handed my little kid's Bible. Never read it before in my life. In my form of punishment. I played Bible bingo. Many of us played it before. Speak to me. You open up to 2 Kings. Speak to me again. Open up to Ephesians. True story. This is the verse I opened up to. Therefore, put on the armor of God that you can resist the evil one.